Let's be honest, street photography can be scary. Pointing your camera at a stranger and then clicking the shutter button can make a lot of people freeze up. And trust me, I've been there. Nervousness is super common when you're starting out, or even if you've been doing this for a while. But today I'll break down how I personally get more comfortable shooting in the streets and how you can too. Tip number one is to start small. You want to start with a compact camera or a phone or something that's very low key so that you don't feel self-conscious about taking photos. The smaller the item is, the less uncomfortable you feel about taking photos and the less attention that you draw to yourself. It's better than starting out by taking out a DSLR, which is something that I did, which is very noticeable, especially when you slap on a larger lens to it. And so you want to take something inconspicuous so that you feel better about taking photos on the street. Section 2, go with a friend. Going solo can feel like all eyes are on you, but when you go out with a friend who also shoots, suddenly it becomes less about being watched and more about vibing out and creating together. So tip number 3 is shooting from the hip. You want to learn to shoot from the hip in order to remain inconspicuous while you're out taking street photography photos. When you normally go to bring the camera up to your eye, you're going to draw a lot of attention to yourself and what you're doing. The best way to go is to shoot from the hip. That way it remains low. Most people aren't going to pay attention to it, and you can get a lot more shots in passing more than trying to face somebody with the camera. They're going to be more apt to say something to you. All right, so tip number 4 is learn to read the room. If you're out making art and you're about to go take the shot and you can tell that somebody feels uncomfortable or they don't really have trusting eyes in what you're doing, then don't take the shot. It's not worth putting your life at risk. It's not worth the weird energy, and it's not worth having to explain to the cops why you're taking photos. Again, what we're doing is not illegal, but you want to make sure that you don't put yourself in a situation to where it can be read as such. So always make sure that you're able to read the room. Tip number 5 is reframing your mindset. I used to have to think about a lot of the times when I would go out that I really had to be careful as a black man in America when I was out documenting life and trying to capture what was going on around me. A lot of times my folks were worried because I'm out here taking photos of other people and they thought that I would either get killed or there would be some misunderstanding that would lead to my arrest. But the biggest empowerment for me was, one, understanding that what I'm doing is not illegal. Most state laws protect people taking photos in public. Where I'm at right now is actually a private location, and so I had to get a photo pass to even take photos here. But as long as I follow their rules and guidelines, I can take photos with little to no problems. And so that's all it is. It's just understanding your state and local laws, understanding that what we do here is not illegal. Nothing of what we do is harmful or malice. We're not out here being pervs. We're really out here just documenting life, capturing what we see around us in order to create art and really just showcase a time period. All street photographers do are really just moving security cameras through time and giving time steps on things that were, things that are, and in the future things to come. So you have to make sure that you understand what it is that we do, and so that you can find comfort in it and use that to your advantage. All right, so tip number 6 is embrace the awkwardness. It's okay. Everybody's gonna have bad nerves. You're gonna freeze. You're gonna miss the shot. You're gonna piss somebody off. Somebody's gonna call you out. All the things are gonna happen, but that's not a sign to give up. You want to be able to make sure that you can push through those moments in order to really see how far you can take this. A lot of people have a bad experience, especially when doing street photography for the first time or second time or third time, and that causes them to want to stop and pursue a different niche in photography, which, if that's what you come to after trying a couple times, there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to make sure that you at least give yourself the honest effort of really pushing through those bad days in order to see what you can create out here on the streets. Because again, we need people documenting life. Everything's changing so fast and so rapidly, and you want to be one of those people that help kind of dictate and document history as it's happening. So if you found today's video helpful, I appreciate if you drop a like, leave a comment telling me about your street photography experience, or share it with a friend who's starting out street photography or even thinking about it. And hopefully this will help them on the start of their journey. We need more street photographers, more people dedicated to the art of street photography and not the fame of it, and really just getting out and dictating and documenting history. I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video today. And remember, photographers sharpen photographers, iron sharpens iron. And like always, I'm gonna see y'all on the next video. Peace.